Alright, we've almost made it. One final tier remain here between me and the brand new BMW M6 GT3 and 40 gold. So if you want to skip that last tier, apparently it's going to cost 65 gold, which seems... is that how much it was for Acura? It seems like it was significantly higher than that, but we've had so many of these limited time series, I might be mistaking it for another car. Who knows? But anyway, it is gonna be speed record at Mount Panorama. Mount Panorama with a speed event is always a little bit it can be a little tricky when your car is not serviced, so we'll see how that turns out. Since my car is in deep red, in critical condition, right? And then we got Elimination at Suzuka West, and then the final cup race is going to be at Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit with a PR requirement of 79.5. I think that was 3-lapper, but let's check into this speed record first. We'll find out very quickly if it's doable, because my current top speed is 264 kph, pretty dampened here. So if the target is anything above 264, we know it's not going to happen, because even with the help of the gravity, generally for most cars, I think at Mount Panorama you can reach the stated top speed on the spec. So 264 is about what I'm gonna be able to get, and the target is gonna be 305. There is no chance that I'm gonna hit anything near 300. So this is kind of a silly endeavor, so instead of wasting my time on that one, we'll just go on to complete the other two events, and then we'll return to this one. But in terms of actual bot speed, that seems like you can see the bottom 30382 and top 30551. That's relatively close between the top and the bottom of the grid here, so I'm expecting that is relatively well bot trained target. So when I return after getting the car serviced, after I get those two other events completed, yeah, should be doable. So let's continue on with the other two remaining events here, or yeah, so Elimination is up next, and running in red means I don't have to be a pesky roadblock. And we've had some fun mixture of rolling start events. I'd like to have seen more rolling start events, but you know what, it is what it is. And just by looking at the composition of the grid, I feel like the Beamers are out of the four cars, perhaps Beamer is the slowest. So maybe it is the lower, I know cost-wise it's all same, but excuse me there. Cutting in line. There you go. We'll just do regular race here. I mean, talk about the grip on this car though. I mean, it's really tight. Kind of spoils you, you know. It's like level of this grip this car has. It's like what do you call it? The R3 spec Sylvia, where you cannot get the car to skid. I mean, you really have to work at it, you know what I mean? Like this one, if I want to make it skid, I'll have to do some insane things like, well, that was just a poor driving. Let's see. Obviously, this car should be able to take this fastest corner flat out. Look at that, and then some track to spare. That is yes, that definitely does spoil you though. I mean, as exhilarating as it is to take those corners flat out, you know, you try it with the oh, there you go, can make it skid a little bit. Of course, that is the corner that I refer to as the it doesn't look as sharp, but it is quite a bit sharper than how it looks, at least to me, as it is more than 90-degree turn, right? Would it be more than 90 degrees, or would it be less than 90 degrees? Since the angle you would measure inside of the corner, wouldn't you? I don't know. Alright, so this elimination here in the final tier, not too bad. So yeah, the only thing that I see posing any kind of problem, especially if you're running in critical service condition, is going to be that speed record at Mount Panorama. But then again, speed record, speed snap, really any speed events that takes place at Mount Panoramas has always been a bit of a well, it's always been impossible when your car is in critical condition, right? So but for now, we're pressing on. We'll skip that one for now. We'll complete the other two events first. Now, with one gold trophy out of the way, we got two more to go here, and the cost to skip is now 45 gold. So let's do this cup race. 3-lapper at Porsche Test Track Long Road Circuit. So grid of 22. And if we see, I feel like if see, okay, we got the Hurricanes at the front of the grid, which I think generally refers to a slower grid than when we have the Ferraris, right? 488 GT3. At least that's how bots have the slower bot seems like let's just say slower bot grid is led by Hurricanes, Lamborghinis, while the faster grid generally that I have encountered throughout the series has been spearheaded by Ferraris. Of course, the super grip on this M6 makes a lot of these hairpin corners quite a breeze. So depending on your style of driving, I mean, grippy cars are fun, but I don't know. Between this one and Acura, I am leaning more towards the Acura if you had to pick only one, well, if you had to pick one car between the two. I feel like the Acura is a little bit more dynamic in terms of the driving experience. I mean, Acura is pretty grippy as well, but you know, this Beamer just pushes the definition of what a grippy car is to a whole another level here. So, and a lot of Beamers in the game tend to be more grippier, or they tend to be on the grippier side, while Ferraris, of course, generally tends to be a lot more slippery. So yeah, certain manufacturers have kind of a reputation to go within the game. And let's see, where does Lamborghini fall in that category? Let's see. Well, we have so many Hurricanes in the game, right? And we're getting another one in this update. It's like Porsche 911s. The 911 RSRs, we have like one every year starting from 2013. So let's see, is there any other particular model of the car that we have like so many multiple versions of, and so many different years reiterations of? I don't know. I mean, Hurricane and 911 RSRs, I think, definitely lead the way in the how many different versions of the car does exist in the game. But anyway, we're already in the final lap here with the pretty decent margin of victory. But of course, because I have yet to finish that speed record at Mount Panorama, I don't want to win quite by too large of a margin. So we'll just kind of take it easy through this final Suntory corner. Alright, there they come, some 300 meters. Alright, there we go. Nice and easy. Alright, 2,900 fame points for the effort. Let's see, yeah, we had a lot of Lambos. Yep, all Huracán GT3s at the top of the grid. And then followed by mostly Acura NSX GT3. And then we got the Beamers. And then at the bottom, looks like it's gonna be Ferraris. Alright, so that's how that's what a slow grid looks like. Anyway, I'll have to get the car serviced now because my top speed of 264 is nowhere near the target that I'm gonna need. So we'll have to wrap this up once the service is done. But for now, we'll collect this second to last gold trophy for 97% completion. So yeah, this car has what, 3-hour wait time, so that is about, like, if you want to watch ads, I think that amounts to 6 ads that you have to watch, I think. Anyway, or if I want to skip that, I can spend 30 gold, which is, I mean, come on, that's silly, right? So anyway, we'll return in a moment after the service is done. So see you in that final event at Mount Panorama. So, all right, be back in a moment.